So welcome back to our podcast.
Welcome to Comfy Convoss.
Look who's back. Yeah, she's finally here. Yeah, the one and only. Yeah. Okay. So to start off today's episode, we're going to be talking about the tea of the week. So this is probably going to be something that we're going to continue to do weekly. Just for an opener, it's just going to be like a tea session, like a tea party, just spill dish, you know, how girls girl. Okay?
Saving it all for you.
Yeah. It's so hard to not talk shit throughout the week. It's so hard. I swear. I mean, every time some tiny, teeny thing happens, I'll be like, bruh, I'm about to call my bitch. No, you're not. Because your episode is going to be boring as fuck if that's the case. Like,
Bro.
Okay. You said you didn't have any?
Not this week.
Okay.
I was gone because I was crippled though. I fell, bust my knee. I'm back though. Hey guys. Now you.
So, yeah.
Because I've been feeling neglected. Like, she ain't been calling me with no tea.
Okay, so my tea. So a little backstory is a while ago, I was messing with this guy, and we were messing with each other for quite a while. So one night I got a phone call, which is weird because we never ever talked on the phone. I think I was messing with him for maybe 3 or 4 years, and we only ever talked on the phone like twice in those 3 or 4 years. Like, we were it was definition of a leg. Okay, definition. All right, we didn't even text like through like in between time meeting up. We did not text. Okay, so he called me, which was weird, and it was like 11 or 11:30, and I answered the phone, and nobody said nothing. And I say nobody because he was with somebody, okay? So the only reason that I knew he was with a girl is because when I answered the phone, I heard her say, "Go ahead." She was like, "Go ahead." Like, but it was like real down low. Like, you could tell she didn't want to be heard. So
I don't like you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, he took the phone and he was like, "Yeah, I just want you to know that I'm fucked up because I've had a girlfriend this whole time." So I was like, "Okay, thanks, bye." And I hung up because I didn't know, what do you say to that? Like, right. You say you got a girlfriend. So, okay, like that's the end of the conversation. Yeah, I got a girlfriend. Okay, that's it. Like, it was no real feelings involved or anything like that. So I wasn't sad or mad or hurt or anything like that. But it made sense because days prior to that, I had texted him, because I wanted to come over, but he never responded until like 2 days later. And when he did respond, he was like, "My bad. Are you okay?" And I was like, okay, he never leaves me on red for 2 days. Like, if I ask him over, he's come now. Like, it's always been like that. So I was just like, "You left me on red. Like, that's crazy. This is before I knew anything." And he was just like, "My bad. Like, let me make it up to you." And I was like, "I don't want you to make it up to me. Like, just text me back when I text you. Even if I can't come over, just say no." Like, what? You acting brand new. So he was like, "No, like, I really want to make it up to you. I don't want you to be mad at me. Like, I really love your vibe and I really love you as a person. You have a great personality. And, I just think you're like, this is such chill, amazing person or whatever. And, I just want to make it up to you. I don't want you to be mad." And I was like, "No, I don't want you to make it up. Cause I don't care that much. You're not my boyfriend." So I'm just like, "No, I don't want you to make it up. Just text me back when I text you, because if I want to come over, then that means I want to come over." So,
you know something.
That happened. I think that night I was on Instagram, and that's when I had seen a picture on his Instagram, and it was a picture of him and this girl. And the caption on the picture was, I put her on to New Balance, and they was posing like with their feet together, and they was wearing matching New Balance shoes. So, quick pause. Okay. All the years I've known this man, he was so adamant about having a girlfriend. Like, the whole 3 years we was messing with each other, he was like, "I don't do girlfriends. I don't want a girlfriend. I don't like girlfriend. No girlfriend, no girlfriend, no girlfriend. No. Okay. No." So I'm like, okay. So him having a girlfriend didn't even cross my brain. Like, it did not run past my mind in any capacity when I seen him with a girl. I'm just like, okay, maybe that's his friend. Like, maybe that's his friend, because he told me so much that he don't do girlfriends. So obviously this man doesn't have a girlfriend. That's just his friend. And then the next day I got that phone call. And I'm just like, okay, so that makes sense as to why you're leaving me on red for 2 days and why you're posting her on your Instagram. That makes sense. So that was like a long time ago. Okay, we ain't gonna get into timelines, but that was a long time ago.
Long enough ago.
So yeah. So also, time went by. Okay, and eventually, or after that, right? I had blocked his number, and he had blocked me on Instagram. So we was not talking at all. So I like obviously missed him a lot. Like I was like kind of, I'm not gonna say obsessed, but it was really hard for me to go a whole day without thinking of him. And I really think it was because he was just there 1 second and then gone the next.
Yeah.
Like he got under my skin. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. And it's not like I want to be with him or
like, he was like your friend.
Yeah, we grew a bond. Like we actually bonded. We was really cool. Like there would be nights where sometimes I go to his house, we wouldn't even do anything romantic. Like we would just sit there, chill, talk, color, watch anime, play games. Like it was chill. So yeah, I missed him as my friend. But yeah, time went by. Eventually, one day, okay, I got a text message. Okay, and that text message said, "I'm sorry for everything." Dramatic pause.
Yeah.
So I immediately thought it was him, but then I immediately dismissed it because I was like, nah, this can't be him. I blocked him. There's no way he texted me right now. Turns out, long story short, it was him. Okay. I'm not going to get into the specifics of how he was able to text me. All right. But I thought it was God's will. I'm like,
he brought him back.
Exactly. I'm like, I blocked him and he could still text me. We were meant to be friends. Like, what the fuck? So, he ended up texting me or whatever. I said, who's this? He didn't respond. I think like 6 days went by. And the only reason I found out it was him was because I put his number in Cash App. Okay. Cash App be snitching on y'all. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Snitch. So 6 days went by and I seen on Instagram, because I'm not a creep or a weirdo or anything, but I did occasionally check to see if I was still blocked every once in a while.
As we all do.
Every once in a while. Okay. So I wasn't blocked on Instagram. And I was like, oh my God. So I consulted with people. I consulted with like 3 other people outside of China. And they was like, don't text it. Like, he unblocked you. He should reach out to you. Yeah. One of my friends told me, yeah, post a picture with a subliminal caption and he'll know it's for him. And I was just like, okay, friend, like, okay. Let me get on my Zoom. What? I didn't do that. Because I'd be scared, but knowing me.
I didn't do that.
Knowing me, this man is never, ever going to notice me, knowing me. But I ended up texting him. I was like, fuck everybody. So I ended up texting him on Instagram and I was like, why am I unblocked? I think this is the part that you don't know. So I was like, why am I unblocked?
Why are you unblocked?
And he said, how did you know you were unblocked?
Oh my God.
That's not what I asked you.
Okay. I was like, when did we start answering questions with questions? I don't know. But so I was like, this dude is not going to get one up on me. So when he said that, I was like, okay, if you don't want to tell me, like, if it's a secret, then I can go back to pretending that I didn't know. Because you're not going
like that
to think that you could say anything. No. So he was like, no, don't do that. Like, I just was wondering how you found out. And I was just like, because I searched your name and I wasn't blocked anymore. I promise there's no shame in my game. Okay, I'm so honest. But he was like, yeah, like, ask any questions that you want to know and I'll tell you. And I was just like, okay, so you had a girlfriend? And he was like, no. I was like, fuck you mean no? Like, what do you mean no?
Ain't that what you said?
Exactly. I'm like, what do you mean no? So he was like, no, that wasn't my girlfriend. That was just my situationship. And so I was like, if I would have known it was a situationship, I would have never blocked you.
Yeah.
I don't respect that shit. I respect relationships. If you telling me you just messing with somebody, okay, call me when they leave. Like, what? I don't care. What? And then he's saying, I don't want a girlfriend. So I'm like, okay, you don't want a girlfriend. You wasn't taking her seriously. So why did you have to block me?
Right.
This is when shit went left. Okay. He told me, now I don't know if this is true or not, because guys love making girls seem like the craziest evil villains alive. Okay. So he was like, check on my audio. Yeah. So he was like, the reason that he blocked me was because the girl was threatening to unalive herself. Yes.
Oh my god.
We hate bitches like that, and guys too. Okay, we don't like people like that. So he said the day that she found our messages, she broke his TV. And I was like, girl, what? Exactly.
Y'all do everything believe.
Okay, everything believe.
Just leave. What the hell?
Like, let the streets have him. Let the streets. I am the streets.
Give him back. Girl, what?
Oh my god, exactly. So she broke her TV. Then he said it was not like the first time some wild shit happened. Like, she is a consistent slicer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he had found her one day in his room slicing herself. And I'm just like, and you continue to mess with her. And he was just like, yeah, because she kept threatening to unalive herself. And so I just felt like I felt guilty. So I just blocked whoever she told me to block. And I was just like, okay, like, but were y'all exclusive? He was like, no, like, he told me every time they got in an argument, she had a fiance apparently, like, before him.
Oh.
And
I was like,
she would call his fiance, I mean her ex-fiance, and she would call her ex-boyfriend, and she would like sleep with them. He said to this day, like, he don't know if she was actually sleeping with him or just
saying,
so to get a reaction out of him or whatever. And because like she would say like, yeah, I slept with him, and then a few days would go by and she'd be like, I just want to tell you, like, I didn't actually sleep with him.
No, girl, you probably did. You lying.
And it felt bad or something. I don't know. But apparently she's super unhinged, and even her family was like, I don't know how you deal with her. Like, they said that to him. I'm like, how are you messing with somebody their own family is telling you?
If the family is telling you.
And she was physically hitting him. I'm like, this bitch is abusive. She's unalive inside. Okay. Oh, like, what else? What more are you desiring? I don't get it.
Like, what? You're not responsible for. You know what?
I don't know.
First of all, how is she feeling some type of way about saying y'all messages? Yet you were going to your ex's house, telling him you're sleeping. Girl, you shouldn't care about nothing. You don't have a right. You're gonna unalive yourself?
Me and his messages was not nowhere near sexual. Not even, our messages weren't even romantic. It was literally just like, are you up? Can I come over? Okay, on my way here. That's all our messages are, literally. It wasn't no details about anything that transpired or nothing. And the occasional, yeah, I'm sad. Can I come over in color? That's the depth. Like,
using suicide to manipulate somebody is insane.
Yeah. You are mentally unwell. And the fact that has happened with all my boyfriends.
Yeah, I was
every single one of my boyfriends. But we're going to get into that later. Okay. That's topic number 2 that we're talking about. Okay. Which is a great segue into topic number 1, which is your first love.
Clunk clunk.
This bitch watching too much Law and Order.
called it. Dang. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, so you can go first. So basically, I just want you to say, like, you don't have to give names if you don't want to, but who your first love was, like, the time period, how old you were, what you felt, and like, do you still feel that way? Like, how do you feel about them now? Just your experience with your first love. And it doesn't even have to be like your first love. It could be your second or third love. Because I'm going to do a few.
I might have to do a few. I might have to do a few.
A few.
Because so these guys are what I thought was love. These were my first loves, like first dating experiences. Let's say that. So my first loves. I'm gonna give names because I don't care.
Exactly.
Okay, so ironically, I didn't have my first kiss. Let's talk about this till I was in like 7th, 8th grade. I know. You know, but so my first love, his name was
dramatic pause.
Yeah, because let's talk about a really big first crush that I thought was my first love.
Oh my god.
His name was Steven, and he was I transferred school, so I went to this other middle school, and I met him my first year there, and he was Asian and black, and we were friends for the longest.
Bitch, I swear you told me about him before, and I didn't know who you was talking about, and now I'm thinking I know who the fuck you're talking about. Was he like insanely popular?
Yeah.
I swear on everything, this man was so popular, it was annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue, bitch. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So if you watch our other episodes, go back and watch them.
Yeah.
You'll catch when you'll clock it when I said that I ended up on a different crowd than her. So I ended up with more of the popular people, and I don't like to say I was popular. I'll say I was known by majority of everybody. So he was popular, so he hung out with all the cool kids or whatever. And they were just like, oh my God, like, you're with China. Like, we ended up together. It was cute. It was so cool. I was in love with this man, y'all. He was fine.
I didn't know y'all dated.
Yeah, it was short-lived, honestly. Like, because school back then was still starting in August. So we were probably broken up. We broke up. He broke up with me on my birthday. Yeah. On my birthday, bitch. On my birthday. And it was this other girl who had the same birthday as me, and she was his friend, and she was just like, why did you do that? Like, why did you break up with her? And then especially like on her birthday. And he didn't really have a reason. He was just like, he thought he was moving or whatever. And then later in that school year, he tried to talk to me again, and I was like, no, goodbye. I don't care how cute you are. Get up out my face, because not you broke up with me on my birthday, boy.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So then, my first love, though, for real. Ironically, if you know, you know, the ones with the J's are the worst.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Joshua. His name was Joshua.
Talk about clung clung, bitch.
Clung clung.
Special Victims Unit. Okay. What's some real shit, though? What's some real shit? Oh,
okay, y'all. This tea though. This tea though. Okay. So basically, I met him because we used to have school dances, and I think it was a Valentine's Day dance in 7th grade, and I was lit, y'all. So I definitely was shaking my ass up in that dance. Okay. Yeah. And so I met him at the dance on the bleachers. He came up to me and he was like, he had been seeing me around. He knew some people that knew me and whatever. So he introduced himself. The first flag should have been that this man is walking around in color contacts. Okay. But I did not say nothing because it used to be so cute. Like, I just thought it was so cute because I'm like, this boy is dark skinned.
This nigga look like a kimono dragon.
Because he He did.
Yes. Yeah. Whole lizard.
They were always like either green or blue. And then he moved into like hazel. I don't know what else.
Bruh. And okay, he's darker than both of us.
He's very like chocolate.
With green contacts?
Yeah, y'all. So I just this man was fine to me. So I was just like, I guess. Then we started texting, like getting to know each other, like on Kick. Jesus. If you know, nostalgia. Yeah, so we started talking and we weren't dating that year, but that summer going into 8th grade, well, I guess y'all's 8th grade year, my 8th grade year. We was in the same grade, I stayed back. So then they graduated, they was going to 9th grade, I was going to 8th grade. We started dating that summer. So his mom met my mom, and I'm like, whoa, I have a boyfriend, and my boyfriend met my mom, and my mom met his mom, and I know his family. Like, this is some real shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, when his mom, like when we first met, she was speaking Spanish, and I was like, why your mom sound like that? Like, our dad was like, why does your mom sound like that? Because his birthday is in July. So I was like, I think we was going to the movies or something. And I was like, why does your mom sound like that? And he was like, oh, because I'm Panamanian. And then started talking in Spanish. So I'm like, oh, this is hella fine. Like, this man
crying.
Spanish. I ain't never seen no black man that speaks Spanish. Okay.
Yeah. Open my eyes.
Mm-hmm. So.
Open your eyes to see what's in front of me.
So I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, and this man was like riding his bike. We live in the same city.
Bike is crazy, but go ahead.
But not nowhere near each other. This man was riding his bike to my house like all summer. And y'all, like, he on some roads. Like, I promise you, it's a lot of roads he could get hit on, and he's riding his bike. I'm like,
highways and byways.
This man likes me. So I'm living in Delululand for so long. He did take my virginity. So he took my virginity. Remember that. Remember I said that. He took it. Okay. And I was just in love. Like, he was buying me stuff. We was going out, like, to the mall, to the movies. Like, every week we were doing something. And I'm just like, I like this shit. Like, this what a boyfriend's supposed to be? Yeah, I like this. So it was all good all summer. Then the next year I went to 9th grade. He was in 10th grade. He transferred to my school. And I'm like, this man loves me. He transferred to my school. Okay. From that big ass, nice ass high school he was going to my school. I was like, yeah, why are you transferring? Because I want to be with my girlfriend. I said, yeah. At this point, we're together for like 2 years now. So clunk clunk.
That's about to be the theme of this episode. That's gonna be the title. Clunk clunk.
So we end up going to the same school, and obviously we don't live near each other, so we ride on different buses and everything like that. When I say, I don't know why I was so nervous when he first came to my school, but I was so nervous. Like, I seen him on the first day of school because we all would group in the cafeteria or the gym, and he was in the cafeteria on the other side, and I was just like, I don't know who that man is. Like, I was just nervous. Like, we were sitting together at lunch. I'm like, hi. Like, I only ever see you outside of school. So seeing you in school is like hella weird. Mm-hmm. Y'all, come to find out, it was a girl that rode my bus, and she lived in my neighborhood. And they kept saying that they became best friends, right? This girl had a boyfriend. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, my dumb ass, young and dumb, okay? I'm thinking they're just friends. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, cool. No. They're messing around. And I found out. And the reason I found out was because I'm in art class, Miss Carter. That's my girl. And people are running up to her window like, China, your boyfriend is fighting. He fighting. I'm like, who is he fighting? He just got here. Like, who and why is he fighting? So they like, he fighting such and such. So they like, yeah, they both got put in cuffs. He slipped out his cuffs and they just was wrecking. And I promise y'all, they was fighting. guy, they was getting down. So I'm running to him. I'm like, what is the problem? And he like, no, it's okay. Like, I don't know. He just got mad. Like, whatever. He think I'm messing with his girlfriend. And so I'm like, he think?
Are you?
He was indeed. So what that guy did was he went to that girl's classroom. He asked her, because I guess they shared the same class. Again, they're best friends. He seen them through the window fooling around in the class, went in the class and smacked his girlfriend. Not condoning.
For real?
He smacked the shit out of her. Like, he smacked her ass, because I guess before he had came to the school, they had been together for like 3 years. He was out here ruining relationships.
Homewrecker. Slapped in the middle of a classroom.
The shit out of that girl.
And what did she do?
Cry. So then, apparently that's where the fight originated, because he like, you slapped her. He was defending the girl. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't have, because like, you shouldn't be slapping nobody, but you're fighting for somebody else's girlfriend when your girlfriend is trying to figure out why the hell you fighting in the first place. Allegedly. Well, I say it's alleged, okay? So I'm like, I don't really know how I feel about you. So I think it was like a dance or something later that year, and I didn't go. And he had an ex named Alexis. They were at the home. No, I was there, baby. I was there. My 9th grade homecoming, I went with him. I have pictures. She was there. When I tell you, I went to talk to my friends in the corner, came back, and they were dancing. She was dancing on him. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So at this point, my whole reality is becoming distorted, because I'm like,
you was not this guy before you came to the school. Like, who are you? What is this?
What I thought he wasn't. Yeah. I thought he wasn't like that, because I'm like, bro, we've been together for 2 years. What are you doing? Like,
yeah,
I was pissed. And at that time, she had a boyfriend. I ain't gonna say his name, but she had a boyfriend too. And so me and him are looking at each other, because we were in band together. So I'm looking at him like, that's your girl? And he like, ain't that your nigga? And I'm like, shit, I mean, I don't know. Clearly not. You know what I'm saying? So we had like, I wouldn't say we stopped dating, but I just kind of fell back off him for real. Like, because I just felt like, why are you like, what are you doing? Ignoring all the red flags. Because then, now that I'm older, I realize even in middle school, this nigga was always in a female's face. Like, I just didn't like, I was so infatuated with this man that I'm like, I don't even care. And then that summer, we spent all summer together. I know your parents. I'm not thinking that you're doing anything. You took my virginity. I don't think you're doing anything. Okay. So then I found out, because I didn't leave homecoming with him, obviously, because he was dancing with her. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not leaving with you, boy.
Yeah.
So my sister come pick me up, went home. He went home, however he got home, which I thought. He ended up sleeping with the girl that he was dancing with's best friend.
What?
Yeah.
That night?
Mm-hmm. So he ended up messing with her. Okay, so then I ended up figuring out that while I was still in 8th grade and he was in 9th grade, he came to Surrattsville's. Well, I guess that's the school name. He came to Surrattsville's homecoming the year I was still in 8th grade, and him and the girl Alexis that he was dancing with at the thing, I didn't even say her name either.
I'm dead.
I didn't mean to, but I did. We gonna bleed it out. But they had did something after that thing too. And no, me and her used to like talk when we were in middle school, because I liked girls. And so we were like really cool. So once I found that out, and we're in band together, I'm a majorette, she was a flag girl, I literally left practice and was like going off on this girl. Like, everybody is like trying to no, relax, calm down. I'm like, no, bitch, because you're sitting here smiling in my face, but you was messing with my boyfriend.
Exactly.
Like, oh, y'all, I was so mad.
Talk about it.
I was so heated. I'm like, yeah, nah, girl. And we beefed throughout school.
To this day.
To this day. To this day. Because she kept messing with my boyfriend. Like,
did not stop.
We ended up dating the same people. It just was too much.
Okay? For the rest of high school.
For the rest of high school. I promise y'all, I'm not playing. We really did ended up dating the same people. Now I think about it, it was our karma. Oh well. Anyway, so then after that, he joined band. Josh joined band, and again, I'm a dancer. He was playing, I think, like the trumpet or something like that. He played instruments. He was cool. He was that guy, I guess. Start talking to a girl in there who played next to him. I'm like, bruh.
Well, yeah, I was still together.
While we were still together, I did not know, because obviously I'm a dancer, so I'm separated from the band playing the music. We're going in a room, the cafeteria, running laps, and then practicing our dance to the actual song, not what the band is playing. So when they come play, we'll have it. Like, so I think we had to perform at Virginia State University, and we used to do parades, and we all was like getting on a bus, and you could sit wherever you wanted to. He did not get on my bus. He was on another bus sitting next to another girl. And I'm like,
not sitting next to your girlfriend on the bus in high school is literally a crime.
A charter bus at that.
A crime. Oh, charter bus?
And then
luxury?
Wasn't even on the same bus.
Exactly. You on a whole different bus, Rosa Parks.
And
what
then
the fuck?
I'm in like 9th. This man is in 10th, and the girl is in 12th. And then the girl was bald.
What, that, you know, black people. I'm like, what the fuck bald got to do with anything, bitch?
What is that? I mean, it didn't, but I'm saying, like, she just, to me, looked very,
I'm crying.
You know, I just didn't understand. I was like,
oh my god,
and
I'm not gonna mess with my head, and you're not gonna have no hair while you doing it.
The nerve, bitch. Like, the nerve of you to mess with somebody with no hair. Like, that's just genuinely how I felt. Yeah. So I'm like, why are you not sitting next to me? Whatever. He made up some excuse, and I said, whatever. Like, all my, like, teammates was just like, girl, fuck it. Like, enjoy yourself. You're here to dance and perform, and it'll be fun. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Didn't get back on the same bus with him. I ignored him that whole day. And then we're getting off the bus. We're getting undressed. We're putting our stuff away. And these twins come up to me, and they're like, aren't you dating the new boy? And I'm like, yeah. At this point, I'm exhausted. At this point, I'm exhausted. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I seen him, because we had first, second, and third lunch. They said they had second lunch, and he was in the line behind a girl, hugging her from behind. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Be in public with it.
What are you doing?
You're not even trying to hide it.
And then I'm naive, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go ask him. Like, I know what y'all are saying, but I'm just gonna go ask him, because at that point in my mind, everybody was messing with him, so I didn't want to believe anybody. So I go, we have a conversation outside, like outside the cafeteria. It has like steps. You go down the steps. I'm asking him, like, bruh, are you cheating on me? Because I don't understand. Like, I'm confused. Like, why did you come here to be embarrassing? Like, if you are doing this, why would you come to the school? Pause. Now, when I was in 9th grade, before he got there, I had a friend. We'll call her Yvette. Yvette called me because she went to the other school with him and said he has another girlfriend at this school. I'm like,
dun dun.
Huh? Again, I'm with him all the time. So I'm like, how could he possibly have another girlfriend? That doesn't even make any sense. So I'm like, what? And they say, yeah. And he's sitting next to this other girl that he knows likes him on the bus right now. I said, all right, hold on. Boop. Get the fuck up and move. Like, I just was like, get the fuck up and move.
I'm dead.
And so he got up and he moved away from her. And I remember later that day, I was crying to my mom, and I'm like, someone called me that I know very well, and they're like, he has another girlfriend at the school. And she's like, girl, don't believe them. Like, people will say anything. Don't let that ruin your relationship or whatever the case may be. And at this point, I'm like 16. So I'm like, we started dating when I was 13. So at this point, I'm like 15, 16 years old. So I'm like, yeah, maybe you're right. I'll just leave it alone if he's telling me that he didn't do it, because he always seemed really genuine. That should have been when I believed it. So all this stuff is happening afterwards that I'm seeing. So I'm like, why would you come to the school and embarrass me? Like, what did you come here for? Where are the cameras? I know I'm getting pranked. Like, I don't understand. So he basically was like, no, like, I'm not trying to, I promise. Like, I'm not, I promise. I love you. Like, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm like, I don't believe you. Like, I just stopped at that point. I'm like, I don't believe you. This man took his whole fist punching brick and window. Promise you. Like, doom, 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 doom. Like, why are you not believing me? And I'm like,
niggas love a show.
Oh my God. Who is this person? Again, in my eyes, this man was perfect. He didn't do no wrong. He never got angry. We never argued. So I'm like, what the fuck did just happen? So you know how schools have like plexiglass. He pushed his hand through that plexiglass, cut his hand, and I'm shaking in my boots because I'm like,
shit bringing me timbers.
So I went into a disassociation, and I just went and like, I seen people like running towards the glass because we were outside and they were opening the door. And ironically, the person who opened the door is who I ended up in a relationship with next. No better. But he's like, oh my God, what happened? So we walking through, blood dripping through the floor, and my coach is looking at me and she's like, what the hell happened? Like, taking him away. He's like, you know, I would never hurt you. And I'm like,
you setting a pretty not convincing example.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what you do now, because I've never even seen you mad. Right. The fact that you did something and I'm asking you about it and you snapped, I don't want no smoke, nigga. I was like, I don't want no smoke. And then I went home. I tried to tell my mom about it, and she was just like, I don't want to hear it. He already told me. And I'm like, you're my mom. Like,
now he already told me. What the heck? That's crazy.
He called you? He got your number? I'm like, what is
not
happening?
Y'all best friends, besties? No. What?
Your loyalty should be with me. Right. So I'm like, so she's like, go to the hospital with him and so he can get stitched up.
No. And that is the worst advice ever.
And I did. I went to the hospital with him while he got stitched up. It actually was something really painful. And he was like, I promise, like, bruh, I did not do that. Like, what they're saying I didn't do. Like, and I believed him. So after that
all situation, that just to be lying.
Exactly. Woo, y'all, he was lying. We gonna get there. Mm-hmm. So after that, I broke up with him, but I never let my people know that I had broke up with him. I just felt like that was too much for me. I'm like, yo, like, first of all, that's embarrassing. Like, you came to this school and we're having these issues and I was fine before you came. Like, I just don't understand where it came from. So we didn't talk after that. His mom took him out of the school. He never told her what really happened. So she thinks his hand just got caught in something. To this day, she still does not know what he did or why he did it. And I'm like, but he's a mama's boy also. So would she have done anything? The world may never know.
Probably not.
I moved on. I got into another relationship and it was cool, quite frankly. I ain't gonna lie. It was AJ.
What you mean it was cool?
Like, in the beginning, it was cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in the beginning, relationship was cool. We had like math class together, and I met him then, and like people bully him, and I didn't like it, but they would talk about him, and I'm like, he's actually like really fucking funny, and he's really fucking cool, and I'm just like, I like you, like we can do this. Ironically, he was dating Alexis before me, unfortunately, so that became another thing. But throughout, in the beginning of our relationship, I remember getting a call from Josh's friend. Y'all, this is like a year plus later. I'm already in another relationship. He calls me and he's like, yeah, so do you still talk to Josh? And I'm like, no, like we broke up a break ago. Well, why? And he's like, oh, well, I just wanted to tell you that he was cheating on you that whole time. And I was just like,
what is the point? What was your purpose?
What? Like, and again, mutual friend. You knew the whole time.
Yeah, that's not a friend.
You just didn't say anything. A lot of people knew the whole time that just didn't say anything, actually. Yeah. That went to school with him, that we all, like middle school, we all went to school together. They went to high school with him. They all knew, and they all spoke to me. So I'm like, what do you mean? I'm on the phone with my current boyfriend. I said, are you comfortable with me having this conversation with him? Because at this point, like, it don't really even matter. Like, I don't know if it matters because I'm with you. And he like, nah, yeah. He talk about the guy that punched the wall or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, nah, you're good. Go ahead. So I'm like, what do you mean he was cheating on me the whole time? And he's like, so in total, me and that guy stayed together for 3 years. He's like, after y'all's 1 year, he was with another girl named Angel, I think. Yeah. He was with another girl named Angel, and they were together for the rest of y'all's relationship. So y'all 3 years, he was with her for 2 years.
That's crazy.
I was like, what? Like, I just was stuck because I'm like, again, still have this image of him in my head. Like, maybe they were lying, maybe they weren't. I really never knew for sure, but I knew I didn't want to be in it. I was just like, cool. So my brain clicks back to the girl saying and calling me, he has another girlfriend, when I was in 9th grade. At this point, I'm like going into 11th. So I'm like,
that's who she was talking about?
Yeah. She was talking about that girl. Note, I didn't mention this, but when she said he had another girlfriend and I found out that he did and I asked him, he recorded this girl on the bus. Bitch, tell her you was lying. Bruh, I swear to God, he had a camera in this girl's face, calling her all types of names. Tell her you was lying. Say you was lying. She ended up at that time.
That ain't no better.
So, really wasn't.
God.
At that time, she ended up with him. So, it was like that they were friends. So, he's like, bruh, just tell her you was lying. So, she said she was lying. And we ended our friendship because I'm like, why would you lie? Like, why would you lie about crazy. That? Right.
I ain't never known him to. Well, I didn't know him that well, but I didn't know he talked like that.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, now that I'm older, I think he was really possessive of me. Like, he wanted to do everything he did in the dark, but
I feel like everybody you ever dated has been possessive of you.
Yeah.
Except for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're bad. So I'm like, what? What did you just say? Like, what you called me and say? Like, I'm confused. So he's telling me, yeah. I was like, what made you just come and tell me? Because you could have been told me if you been knew this. And he's like, because he started messing with my girlfriend. I found out that he slept with my girlfriend. And I'm like, this man sleeping with the whole damn world. What do you mean he slept with your girlfriend? Like, I don't understand. So he was like, I had a girl and we were dating. And I found out after she left me, we didn't do anything. I guess they had never had sex. She left his house. They live like 5 houses down, walked to this man's house, and they did something. So he's like, yeah, so I'm just tired of and I just wanted to let you know. And I'm like, I mean, I feel like that's a really selfish reason for letting me know when you could have just let me know in the first place. But whatever.
Oh, that's who called you?
Who?
Light skin? Oh, he was so cool. Yeah, he was such a cool person. What happened to him? Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Valid, but you know, still, it sucks. But yeah, he's cool. Shout out to you.
So, then that guy ended up being like, and I liked you the whole time, and he knew. And I'm like, what? No. Ignore that. So we got off the phone. So again, I'm on my house phone, and then I'm on house phone with my boyfriend, FaceTime with this guy. So my boyfriend's listening, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, he did what? Like, dang, he did all that. He was lying, like, real bad. Like, we all knew he was lying. Like, but didn't know for sure. Because at this point, he went back to his other school. I call him. I'm like, Josh, I have some questions for you. And he's like, okay, like, what's wrong? And I was just like, did you love me for real? And he's like, yeah, like, of course. So then I say, okay.
Of course, it's crazy.
Did you cheat on me when we were together? No. The reaction he gave, y'all, was the reaction that he always like would do when I would ask him those questions. And so at that moment, my heart broke for real, because I'm like, oh my, because I knew for sure at this point, I knew the person who called me would not lie. So I'm like, this man was lying the whole time. And so I'm like, are you sure? He said no. I said, if God was to strike me down right now, if you lie, I swear I gave him so many chances. I said, if God struck me down right now, if you lie, did you cheat on me? No. I said, oh my God, I died. I'm gonna die.
Like, oh, I'm crispy.
I just had to say that.
Well done.
I'm to die. So then I'm like, I already know, like, such and such called me and told me. He's like, I'm so sorry. Like, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like,
oh, hell
bro,
nah.
When I tell you, I was conflicted because, again, I'm on the phone with my boyfriend now. And he said it was okay. But at that time, this man is like, bruh, what the fuck? He's in here apologizing. Like, no, bruh, that's wrong, bruh, that's wrong. Even though he ended up cheating on me too. But that's wrong, bruh, that's wrong. And so, I ain't gonna lie. I got off the phone with my current. I bawled. I was bawling.
That's a big ass heartbreak.
Bawling. Like, my heart was broke for the longest, because I'm like, that was my world. Like, his family and their traditions, like, they get, once you start dating somebody when you're like 15 or something, like, y'all are married in their terms. So I'm like thinking I'm gonna be with this man forever, like you always do when you're young, and I'm just like broke. I'm like, oh my God, like, there's no way that all this stuff was true. And to me, it was, you went to a whole nother school, so you could have left me alone. You could have broke up with me. The fact that you dated this girl in the middle of our relationship and she did not know either. Also, she belonged to another friend of yours. You took her from one of your friends, like, from what I knew. I was just like, okay. And then when I was like 19, I had a situation and I ended up messing with him again. Or like clung, yeah, and talking to him again. And so he had a girl and she was stalking me, bruh. She would like comment on my Instagram, or I would see like, just, it would be messages from his page, and I would be like, I know this not him, because he don't even talk like this. Like, so when I met him, I'm like, bruh, why did you have, again, I'm 19, so at this point I'm grown. I'm like, why was Shawty stalking me? Like, what? And he's like, oh, well, she's seen pictures of us on my phone and she just was mad. I'm like, we were young. Why do you still have those pictures? Like, I don't understand. But it ended up being the same type of thing. Like, he still was messing with other people. I still don't know to this day for sure if somebody left the house, but I know for sure I'm not crazy. My sister picked me up from his house. I went to he's a rapper too, y'all. I just want to say that. I went to get my nails done. I came home and I seen a girl backing out of his driveway. And me and my sister were just like, I'm your Uber driver. Get in. I'm like, did you see that? And she like, yeah, girl, I saw it. Like, I seen it. And so I went in the house, and my grandma had just passed away, and he knew her. So, again, vulnerable state. Again. I'm like, who just left the house? He said, What are you talking about? I said, stop freaking playing with me. Who just pulled off? He said, what does she look like? I grabbed half of my stuff. I was just throwing stuff in the basket and I was like, nah, I'm leaving. And I never went back. Like, I just never went back. And I accidentally flooded his house, but that's another story. But yeah.
Stand up.
I stood up and I left.
Stand up.
And then he got mad at me years later and was like, you left me after all this time. And I was just like, yeah, I did. And then had the nerve to say, it's another way you can apologize to me. Who?
Apologize for?
What? Yeah, so that was my first love. How I feel now about it, I don't feel anything.
Period. That means closed.
Yeah, I don't have any feelings.
Closed.
I wish him the best, but other than that, I really don't. I'm happy now, so I don't really have anything to say. Mm-hmm. That's his 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yeah, so that's his 15 minutes of fame.
Girl, that was more than 15 minutes, baby.
Okay, you gotta get the analogy.
It was like 30.
You gotta get the analogy, though. You know how people are like, you want your little 15 minutes?
Yeah. I thought it was 5 seconds. 5 seconds of fame. Anyway, I don't know.
Regardless.
Period.
I'm good.
Hang up on you. Like what? We're done. That's over with. Okay.
Very much so. He has a kid now and all that.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Okay, so
mine was too long, so we can't go into the other ones. Go ahead.
It's been 50 minutes. So
it's okay. We're good.
I don't know if we're gonna have time to talk about our second topic unless you want to just do like a part 2. Because we're supposed to do our biggest regrets.
Clunk, clunk.
We're gonna see how we feel after I'm done. So, and then we were supposed to do multiple first loves each. Bitch, you took all the time, dang.
That was a big first love story. He basically he just set the stage for everybody else. Everybody else did the same thing.
Nobody else was any better. I mean,
no. Except, but no.
Currently, yeah. So my first love was actually in 4th grade. Mm-hmm. It was when I moved here. Okay. Mm-hmm. I used to live in Forestville, but now I moved to where I am now. Mm-hmm. And he was my neighbor. Okay. And we met because we were outside one day, me and my siblings. And they were outside as well. And we had a basketball court. We live in a cul-de-sac. So we had a basketball court. It was a basketball court in the cul-de-sac, so we were all outside. They were playing on the basketball court. It was like 4 of them, I believe. It was 3 boys and a girl. And my siblings and I are 3 girls and a boy. So naturally, we like introduce ourselves like, hey, new neighbors. And we're all the same age, literally. Like my oldest sister and their oldest brother were the same. 2 middle children, same age. Like youngest, me and him are the same. Like, it's so crazy how that matched up.
That is crazy.
It really is. So,
meant to be.
If you know me, okay, I love me some hair. I love me some hair. Okay, you can't be bald and approach me. You just can't do it. I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. I love me some hair on a guy. Okay, This man has the longest, prettiest, most luscious, flowiest hair I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god, his hair was to the top of his booty. Him and his brother. Okay, to the top of his booty. Yeah. All right. So I'm like, oh my god, like he is really cute. But I'm 9 years old, so I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute. Nothing happened. Okay, because I'm 9. So we end up going to the same school. So because we go to the same school, that means we walk to the bus together. We ride the same bus home and to school. And then we walk home together. And because nobody was ever at my house when I got off school, I would always go to his house after school because his grandmother was always home. And so she would watch me until somebody came to my house. So that is how we developed like a little friendship dynamic, okay? And eventually the friendship turned into like young puppy love romance. Because I don't know if y'all remember silly bands?
Yeah.
So silly bands, if you don't know, are like little rubber bracelets that you had, and like when you take them off, it'll say like love, or it'll be in the shape of an animal, you know. So it was like all the rave back then, okay? And people would like collect silly bands.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the first time I ever felt like he was showing me affection was we had a sleepover, okay? Their family spent the night over my house. So we had a sleepover, and I was asleep on the sofa downstairs, and he had came upstairs because he was sleeping in the basement. So he came upstairs, and while I was asleep, he put a silly band on my wrist. Yeah, and went back downstairs, and I didn't know because I'm asleep. So I wake up to a random silly band, and I took it off. It was sad love. I know, he was so sweet.
What happened?
What happened to you? Oh my god.
It's okay.
He was so sweet and innocent and cute back then.
That
oh my god.
Gotcha.
Now he is such a just not a good person. Like, I don't know what happened to him, but we're gonna get into that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the beginning of our little friendship relationship / we were dating type thing. Like, our siblings are really the ones who pushed us together. Like, we never even confirmed with each other that we were dating. It was our siblings. Like, oh, you're gonna go to your girlfriend's house, your little girlfriend, your little puppy love girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. So it was that. Everything was so cool. Like, that summer, when things really started hitting the fan is when we started going to school. And so that summer, like, everything was, I would see him every day. Like, he had a terrible habit of letting his hair go to shit, though. He had a knot in his hair every single time I would see him. And he would literally give me the brush and ask me to comb his hair out. And so I would sit there. I remember one time it took me 4 hours to brush out a knot in this man's hair, and he was playing a game. And I was just like, I was down for him. I did not care. I'm like, I will do your hair every day if you ask me. I am down for you. What? Okay. So, it was another night. He spent the night again, and we was in the basement, and we was like play wrestling as kids do. All right. And so we had like this little pull-out sofa in the basement a long time ago. And that's where they would sleep. The girls would always sleep on the upper level. The boys would always sleep on the lower level. So I was in the basement, and we was play wrestling. And we really were play wrestling. I don't know why I keep doing this, but we're little kids. We're not doing anything. So we're playing, and we end up like under the cover because it was like a bed, because it was a pull-out sofa, and that's where they were sleeping. So we both end up under the covers. I'm so sorry. This is why, like, I swear, this is still why the feelings that I have arise, because it's literally like, it was so pure. Like, it was so like, oh my god, like, I never experienced that. To this day, I've experienced nothing like that. Anyway, we both ended up under the cover, and he was really shy. Again, I'm gonna keep saying that, okay? He was really shy. And so he like asked me to not leave from under the cover. And I was like, why? And he was like, just don't leave. And I'm like, okay. So we're just both laying under the cover, like, and it's dark as shit. We're whole body, head covered, everything, just under the cover. And then all I feel is, and he holds my hand. I was like, oh my god. Because I guess he didn't want to do it out in the open, or like he didn't want me to see him holding my hand. But we laid under the cover, I swear to you, for like 30 minutes just holding hands.
I cannot imagine him like this. I'm literally in shock. Like, excuse me?
How did you turn into what you are now? What happened to you?
Clout.
Literally. So let me get into when we started school. When we started school, girls are feral creatures. Okay? I'm like, yo, it had to be because he had long hair and he looked like a girl. He was so pretty.
He's Hawaiian, guys.
So yeah, so all the girls on his ass, okay, on his ass, like, bro, when I'm telling you, every single day, are you I'm gonna call him King, okay? Are you King's girlfriend? Are you King's girlfriend? Your girlfriend? I'm like, yes, that's my man. That's my man. I'm 9, okay? 9.
Like,
yes, that's my boyfriend. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bruh, I'm telling you, I don't know where we would have gone if this didn't happen, but I'm pretty sure we would have made it far. The only reason that we broke up is because he said people was coming to him telling him that I was cheating on him. In elementary school. And I'm like, people really are fucking haters. They really are. And it's so crazy because little did I know that situation, just like you, would set the tone for the rest of my relationships. Mm-hmm. Because the rest of my relationships that I've had in school, I've been a cheater. Apparently. Okay? Because a girl wants my dude or a dude wants me. You're just automatically a cheater. They're going to go up to your significant other and tell them, yeah, she's cheating on you.
Then try to
so, what I'm telling y'all, like, he was so sweet. Like, it was another time. We was at his house in his grandmother's room. And his grandmother had, like, a glass side table that she put her TV on. Mm. So, I'm sitting on the bed. And I'm sitting on the floor. And he's laying on the bed. And we're both watching TV. We used to watch, like, what's that cartoon with that bear? It's like Boogie Bear or something.
Oh, Yogi Bear?
Was it Yogi Bear? Something. I think it was Yogi Bear. But we was watching that. And what I'm telling you, like, we would stare at each other through the reflection of the fucking glass side table. That is how shy we were. Like, we would literally stare at we wouldn't even watch fucking TV.
Kids,
we would stare at each other through the reflection of the glass. And every time we locked eyes, we would both just start laughing and blush. So we knew what we were doing, but we were too shy to confront anything. Like, too shy. And it's crazy because I still have my diary from way back then. And I wrote in my diary every single time he did something sweet. I always wrote about it in my diary. And I could get it right now and read it to y'all, but I'm not going to do that because I'm lazy. But every time he did something sweet, I wrote it down because I genuinely liked him. It was another time. He accidentally fell asleep in my room by accident. He wasn't supposed to be upstairs, okay? But it was an accident because I was laying in my bed and he was sitting on the floor next to my bed and we was just chilling, not talking to each other. Mm-hmm. Okay. We never talked to each other. So I gave him a blanket because he was sitting on the floor. So we was just chilling with each other. I don't even remember what we were doing, but we ended up falling asleep and he fell asleep like next to my bed and we were holding hands all night. So, like, my arm was hanging off the bed, holding his hand all fucking night, and he accidentally fell asleep in my room. And to this day, nobody found out. I remember when he woke up, he was like, oh, shit. He didn't say, oh, shit, but he ran out of my room so fast.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. He was so, like...
young. I really can't imagine him like this. My brain is trying to puzzle.
Exactly.
And I'm like, excuse me?
I missed... Like, what happened to you now? He's a womanizer. Now he don't care about nobody. He's a liar. Like, he's a manipulator. Like, he just is anything now. He's, of course, like, all pretty boys. I'm not going to say all pretty boys, but most pretty boys grow up to be very less than characters. Okay? And he fell victim to that. And I'm so sad about it because to this day, like, the reason I even chose First Love as today's topic was because it's been 15 years since that shit.
Good God.
15 years. And I'm still dreaming about him. Why? Why am I still dreaming about him? And it's not like I'm dreaming about him young. No, I'm dreaming about him now, as he is now. He don't look how he does, like, now in my dreams. But
you dream about potential,
girl.
What you thought it would have been.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I really have no clue, and I wish it would stop. And I posted about it on my Instagram story the other day. Like, I've journaled about it. I've tried to take action. Like, I hit him up about it. I'm like, okay, like, take me out on a date, like, or something. Like, trying to get it out of my system. Nothing has worked, and I've continued to dream about him for 15 fucking years, and I don't understand. The last dream I had was we were in school. High school. I never went to high school with him. We were in high school and somebody was bullying me. and he grabbed me and he took my head and laid it on his chest and cradled my head and was like, it's okay.
In high school?
This was a dream.
Oh.
Yeah. This was the last dream I had about him. And that's why I wanted to talk about first loves today. Because I'm like, I don't know if this is normal for a fucking first love. Like, I don't get it. I've never heard somebody say that they still dream about this man 15 years later. 15 years. And we go years without talking. He's blocked right now. And I don't want to talk to him. Why am I still having dreams about him being so sentimental? Did I ever fall out of love?
Right.
Like, what is going on? Every single time I have a dream about him, it's literally us being cute. We're not having sex. We're not kissing or anything. It's literally holding hands, hugging. Like, we're just really close friends. And like, we just want to be affectionate, but not sexual. Like, it's always so pure. The dreams are always so pure. And I feel like it's because like that first love, like, especially because we broke up because of a rumor that I was cheating on him. It feels like I never got like
closure.
Yeah. Or a say. And like when we broke up, it was just so final. Like I didn't get to fight it or anything like that. Because he had his friend come up to me and be like, yeah, King said he wanted to break up with you. And I was just like, you know who the friend was?
Mm-mm. No, it was not. Yeah. Really?
He was like, he said he wanted to break up with you. And then he walked away. And I was like, God dang it. Like, my heart, when I'm telling you, I remember the sinking feeling of my heart. Yeah. I was so fucking sad.
Never forget.
I was so fucking sad, bro. And since like then, I don't even think we were friends after that. Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy to think that like one day you're just so happy walking on clouds. Like again, I see him every day. I go to his house after school every day. We walk to and from school together every day. Right. Mm-hmm. That's my neighbor. I see him even when I'm not in school. Our family are basically one big family. So I'm like, he couldn't even like talk to me about it. Granted, we were like a 10 or 11 or like I think we were like 11 at that point. Okay. But I'm just like, I don't know. It was just really fucking sad for me.
And he went to school with me. Mm-hmm. High school with me. I think that a big part of the way that he is now is the attention that he got in school.
I believe it.
Like, when I say everybody wanted that man, everybody wanted that man. It didn't matter how short he was or how high his voice was, because it didn't get deep till later. I loved
his voice, bro.
It ended up getting deep, kinda. But it is just like everybody wanted him. Like, he was popular. He played on the football team. Like, everybody was just like, king, 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 king. And I used to be like, oh my gosh. Shut up. And I think that he found some type of something in that. Like, he was not nice about it. Like, if it was somebody who liked him and he did not find them attractive,
he would joan on them.
He would go on them, bro. And I would be like, eesh. He said, and I quote, because I had, I think, English class with him in 11th grade, and we had a really young teacher, and so she was cool, and she would talk about it like, boy, you be getting, but you be being rude, a little bit. And that man said, if I don't see no bone, you're alone. That's how small he liked the girls that he wanted. And I have friends that dated him, and they say to this day, no. The way he is, So it's not like she's tripping. He really did turn into something else. Like,
a monster. I remember, bro. Beauty. No, because I remember literally every time, like, he would hit me up in my DMs, right? He would like immediately be like, "What you doing? Come over." And this was before he moved. So we've been neighbors all these years, except maybe the last like 2 years or 3 years, maybe. But he would hit me up, come over. Every time he asked me to come over, I would be like, do you have a girlfriend? Mm-hmm. Do you have a girlfriend? Mm-hmm. Because he does not care. He does not care. Literally don't care. Nope. And he would have a girlfriend. He would literally tell me no. And then I would look on his Instagram story and he would be he never posted girls like super a lot.
Yeah.
But often enough for me to know that you've been with this one girl for a while. And you're telling me no every time you slide in my DMs.
And I think some girls started not to care because that's how much they liked him. Like, not care that he was messing with other people, but when he was messing with other people, they would still try to talk to him and be like, they didn't care. And I would be like, y'all, he's not that cute. Like, please relax and respect yourself. Like, stand up.
Stand up. Okay? So it was one time, his parents had came to my house because they were telling me, or they were telling us that they were moving away. And they was like, yeah, like, I'm just standing there listening. They're like, yeah, like, yeah, we're moving away and like all the kids are gone. Like everybody moved out already or whatever. And King was the only one still in the house, but his dad was like, yeah, but he's not even here because he always be with this girl. He basically lives with her. He's at her house every single day. I don't see him for weeks or months at a time. Like, he's so in love with her. Da, da, da.
What was that?
And I'm like, okay. I kid you not. Like 2 or 3 days later, in my DMs, what you doing? Come over. I kid you not.
Oh, no.
Exactly. And I'm like, do you have a girlfriend? No. But that's funny because your dad just told me that you basically live with a girl and you're there every day. This man sent a laughing emoji and said, oh, really? He said that? You're not even denying it. I said, yes. He just put a laughing emoji. I'm like, I can't even. That's what I'm saying. A monster. Like, who did this to you?
He influenced people around him as
I'm
well.
sure he did. I'm pretty sure
like,
everybody wanted to be like him. Pretty sure.
It's just like, I don't know what he did to them. Like, even now, he has a friend.
I know who you're talking about.
Bro. I used to know this man. Used to be cool with this man.
He was pretty cool when I met him.
This man was weird at first, but you know, I became really cool with him. Like, bruh. I seen him again, like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. He don't even act the same. He don't walk the same. He don't talk the same. I'd be like, oh, what is this energy on you?
Exactly.
It's him. His energy on you. Now y'all are big doofuses. Baby. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was my first love. I really don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. I gotta find a way to make these dreams stop. I really do. Like, because they are such a burden, because I know that is not fucking reality, and it probably will never be reality ever again. And I be thinking like, maybe it's some force in the universe telling me like, give it another try, or maybe it's some force in the universe telling me one day you're going to end up together. I need to stop having those thoughts. Like, please, God, take these dreams from me, because they are lies. And I don't know why I have them. I will literally not think about him for months, and then randomly just have a dream. And now he's on my mind for the next 2 weeks.
You know what I kind of think it is, though? I think it's like, I feel like in today's society, or just in general, probably, you feel like because something went wrong or y'all broke up or whatever, that you are like supposed to not love this person anymore. I think that deep down, you love him, you don't like him.
I don't fucking like him at all.
You can like somebody and not love them, and you can also love somebody and not like them. I think you love him, but you don't like him. And I think the dreams is from, honestly, heartbreak. It really be happening like that. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, and I be telling my boyfriend, sometimes I'll dream about an ex and I'll be like, bruh, but it'll be one of them, but the situation happened with somebody else. And I'll feel my heart sink in my sleep, and I'll be like, what the hell? And he would just be like, it's probably because that shit really hurt you. Like, you just
but my confused. Situations have never happened. Every time I dream about him, it's like it was one dream. We were at like a castle party, and it was like getting chaotic, and people started dying or whatever. And he came to find me and rescued me and bring me out to the courtyard and was like, I'm going to find someplace for us to hide. And then he went in this big door, and it was really dark, and he told me to stay outside because he didn't want me to come inside, and he was trying to help me. Like, it was like stuff that never has ever happened. Like, we took swim lessons one dream. I still don't know how to swim, so how am I taking swim lessons?
Probably
like
potential again. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
You fall in love with somebody's potential, but not them.
But his potential was there. For as far as I know,
it's gone now.
Yeah, now I don't know him now, but then I didn't even know that I was in love, I think, until years later. Because when he broke up with me, I was sad, but I was not tripping. I'm like, okay, like, we went to middle school together too. I didn't care. We weren't even, like I said, not friends in middle school. So I'm like, okay, I don't care. Like, it wasn't until probably like high school that I started caring. And it wasn't even because I was thinking about him or anything. Like, it's like, that is when the dream started. It was high school. And so I'm like, somewhere in my subconscious, this man has stamped his name. Like, I don't know what it is. He done some type of motherfucking witchcraft on me. He got a piece of my hair in his pocket or something. I don't know. Like, we didn't even sleep together for me to be dreaming about him. I really think it was because I genuinely really, really loved him. And I felt like he really loved me back. But the world just wouldn't let us be great. And he wasn't strong enough to ignore the fucking rumors.
Don't let the world ruin it. And you did. You let it ruin it.
He did. Like, what? Now, like, I don't know. I need some help, suggestions, tips, tricks.
Different types of therapies or something.
Like, I need somebody to wave an incense around me or some shit. I don't know. Like, that shit is really exhausting because I'll literally wake up so happy. Like, I'll wake up so happy. Like, oh my gosh, like, I have him back.
Reality.
And then 10 seconds later, don don, clung clung.
Clung clung.
Like, yeah. But that was my first love.
My hood. Is everybody first loves like this? I need to know. Like, I need to know what y'all first love experiences
drastically drastic, dramatic, and for the birds.
Matter of fact, I want to put up you know how you ask questions on Instagram? Yeah. And I want you guys to submit your stories. I'm going to put my email on there too. And submit your stories so we can read them on the podcast.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Reaction. So you can submit them so we can read your stories on the podcast. Like, the craziest thing that ever happened to you, your first love story. I want to hear it.